Imagine you are on a large ship. The sea is calm, a light wind is blowing, all around you is just water. A strange silence. And suddenly, the sky begins to darken. The waves don't rise gradually, but like a wall. And then, a powerful impact. The ship starts to lurch. A scream is heard from the control room. Mayday! Mayday! We are sinking? Many say this is the wrath of the North Sea. Some say it's a maritime mystery that no one has been able to solve yet. And some say that if you venture into the North Sea, your return is not guaranteed. Yes, you heard correctly. The North Sea is not an ordinary sea. It is a predator that suddenly awakens and swallows ships. Here, the weather doesn't change, it flips. Here, the waves don't rise, they attack. Here, the fog doesn't hide the path. It takes life. Today, we will take you into the depths of that sea, where more than 1,000 ships have disappeared, where radars fail, where the sea itself becomes man's greatest enemy. So fasten your seatbelts, because what you are about to hear will multiply your fear of the sea many times over. This is the North Sea, the sea that swallows ships. You think the monsoon is unpredictable? Then take a look at the temperament of the North Sea. The weather here is like a moody person. It changes every moment, and when it changes, it becomes deadly. In the North Sea, waves rise to a height of 20 to 25 feet, 6 to 7.5 meters. And suddenly at that, in 1995, a wave was recorded. A rogue wave, 85 feet, 26 meters high, 85 feet. That is like a moving building collapsing right onto your ship. That's the impact. Now, imagine you are steering a heavy container ship. Everything seems fine, and suddenly a wave appears in front of you. 4 times taller than you, which shears the entire ship from above. That's what happens here. Brother, my life doesn't have as many ups and downs as this sea shows in 1 hour. This isn't a movie. This is the reality of the North Sea. Many ships have disappeared because of such waves. No bodies, no wreckage. And, scientists say that no one has yet fully understood the pattern of rogue waves. That is, no one knows when these waves will come, how they will come. And when the waves are unpredictable and the weather becomes an enemy, being at sea means being in the jaws of death. Now imagine a sea beneath which lie thousands of bodies, thousands of ships. This isn't a horror film. It's the reality of the North Sea. More than 5,000 shipwrecks have been recorded in the North Sea to date. Every wreck has its own story. Someone's last journey, someone's last hope. During World War I and II, this sea became a battlefield. Torpedoes, gunpowder, mines, everything sank into the sea. But there aren't just wars here, there are also mysteries. For example, the SS Lab, a magnificent cargo ship, in 1921, without any warning, vanished. No SOS signal, no wreckage. It seemed as if the sea had swallowed it, disappeared so quietly. Brother, even. On WhatsApp, you can see when someone was last online. But this ship left nothing behind. Marine archaeologists believe that in some parts of the North Sea, there are strong magnetic fields where a ship's compass stops working. Navigation gets disrupted, and then, just a sound, and another ship joins the list. Some wrecks are so old that marine life has made them their home, meaning, in a way, it's both a grave and a living world. The energy of these shipwrecks, their stories, still float in the sea. Now let's head towards those mysterious depths where creatures stranger than humans live. As terrifying as the surface of the North Sea is, its depths are many times more frightening. The water here has so much mud, oil, and cold that sunlight doesn't reach the depths. And where there is darkness, something is definitely hidden. Divers in the North Sea have seen many creatures that are in no book, in no documentary. Some fish without eyes, some jellyfish 10 feet 3 meters long, blocking the ship's sensors. One British diver once reported that a giant shadow was swimming behind him, but as soon as he turned the camera, it disappeared. Brother, was this some conspiracy theory, X-File, or a sea monster? Appeared and vanished instantly. But we're not saying this just to scare you. Many accidents have happened because of these deep-sea creatures. Some scientists believe that prehistoric species might still be hiding in the depths of the North Sea, creatures that have been alive since the Ice Age, but never come to the surface. And what's the scariest part? Because of these shadows and creatures, many sonar and radar systems fail, meaning even your technology says, "Brother, leave me, run away from here." Now, you might be thinking, haven't humans tried to fight this? The next part tells how humans tried to control nature and what they lost in return. Now, let's move on to the story where man challenged the sea and the North Sea crushed him. They say man has set foot on the moon, but no one has been able to escape the wrath of the North Sea so far. 1953, a date that is still etched in the memory of Britain and the Netherlands, like a terror. That night, the winds of the North Sea and the lunar tide together raised such waves that the entire coastal area was devastated. 553. More than 2,500 people died. 100,000 people were left homeless, and hundreds of towns were swept away by water. Governments tried. Huge sea barriers were built, storm surge walls, and warning systems. But the North Sea finds a new way every time. Brother, is this a sea or a hacker that breaks through wherever you block it? Dutch engineers built the Delta Works, the world's largest sea defense. It was said, now no wave will enter the city. But in 2013, another superstorm came and shook the system. The North Sea proved again, I am not a river that can be stopped by a dam. I am the sea. And this is fear. No matter how much technology we bring, the North Sea is a reminder of who the real boss of nature is. So far, we've seen waves, monsters, shipwrecks, and storms. But the North Sea is not only scary from the outside. Hidden beneath it is another explosive truth, a trap of oil and gas. The North Sea is not just a home to death and shipwrecks. It is one of the world's largest oil and gas reserves. Every day here, thousands of tons of oil and natural gas are extracted. Platforms like the Brent oil field, Troll, and Ekofisk work day and night like machines. But where there is so much wealth, there is bound to be danger. In 1998, the Piper Alpha disaster occurred. There was an explosion on an offshore oil platform. 167 people died, billions in losses, and oil spilled into the sea. It started floating in the North Sea like a black death. Imagine, a sea where there should be fish was burning with fire. The pressure under the oil wells is so immense that if there's even a slight mistake, an explosion could blow the entire platform into the air. And did you know that many unexploded mines and bombs are still hidden under the North Sea? From the time of the World Wars, meaning underneath there's gas, oil, and bombs, a ticking time bomb. And if all this activates together, the North Sea won't just remain a bomb threat. It could become a cause of catastrophe for the whole of Europe. The North Sea is a sea that is not just water, it is a living history, where every wave tells a secret, and in every depth, someone's cry is buried. Here, waves move faster than the wind, and death peers out from the water, where man sent machines, built platforms, launched ships. But every time the sea said, "You cannot rule over me," the North Sea reminds us, no matter how great man becomes, in front of nature, he is still just as small. And the next time you see a calm sea and smile, remember, sometimes the biggest storm is hidden beneath the calmest surface. The North Sea is not a place. It is a warning about the limits of man and the power of nature. If you liked this story, make sure to like and share the video and tell in the comments, would you ever want to face such a sea? Subscribe, because next time we will come with another such truth that will make your hair stand on end. See you on the next mysterious journey. Until then, remember, some places exist only to be looked at, not to be understood.